Today's daily debate question for the MMA Junkie radio team and Smiling Sam Alvey. Are there reasonable grounds to overturn Jon Jones' 2009 DQ loss to Matt Hamill? Yes or no, but please explain. Yes, explain below, or no, rules are rules. Kind of looking for something like that. Dan, Tom?
Yeah, I don't think there's reasonable grounds. I mean, it already happened for one. How many calls do we agree and disagree with in MMA? The list goes on. How many of those calls are we could probably 9 out of 10, even 10 out of 10, all agree that they should be reversed? The list is long. Do we go and do that for those calls? No. What's it gonna do here? Oh yeah, that's right, guys. If we don't overturn that one loss, we're gonna stop. We're gonna stop calling Jon Jones the greatest of. Oh wait. We're gonna stop calling Jon Jones the pound for pound. Oh wait. We're gonna stop making special things so Jon Jones can't fight. Oh wait. It's gonna affect his contendership to be a champion. Oh wait. It affects him in no way. Let Matt Hamill have it. For crying out loud. The guy fights for a bigger message. For the deaf community and athletes and adversities. Jon Jones creates more adversities more than he overcomes it with a lot of help. Do we really need to help him here, guys? And as far as it goes, I do blame a little bit of Mazzagatti on it, which is an easy target. He understands rules very well, and so it was the right call there, but he doesn't understand context very well, and that fight probably should have been stopped sooner. Sure, Jones was winning, but it almost looked like Jon was looking for ways to finish, and Mazzagatti was like, no, not impressed yet, and Jon made the rookie mistake, went for the downward elbow. The fight was called. Still, though, it was Jon's mistake. Leave it be.
Yeah. How about you guys?
I'm on rules side. Dan's right. Like, if we do this for one guy, we're gonna have to do it for a lot of people. But we're coming off of a couple weeks ago where Dana White was getting criticized because he's basically telling fighters, you need to fight like this to get ahead. Now you're gonna get him to go at bat and say, I don't believe that's a loss. That should be a win. It's just anybody from the outside looking in is gonna feel like there's too much involvement from the outside than what actually goes on in the cage.
Mm-hmm. All right. How about Smiling Sam Alvey?
Yeah, Jon Jones has had questionable calls all of his career, whether it's an eye poke or a knee to the head. And you can even argue that knee to the head. I think it's just about every other state that knee would have been legal, I believe. It's just Vegas that has the
Anthony Smith fight.
Yeah, right? Against the Anthony Smith fight, which is the last one, or his last one. He's had questionable calls. Follow the rules. You don't have to like the rules, just follow them. And you didn't once, so you got a loss. It hasn't affected him in any way.
Yeah.
He's got one loss. Everyone gets to talk about that one loss now when they talk about who the greatest ever is or who's the most undefeated. And it just follow the rules. If you failed the once, you failed the once. Don't do it again. And he hasn't done it again. He learned his lesson. If that one happens, maybe I'll do an illegal elbow and have it overturned next time. Maybe some other guy will. It didn't affect him in any way.
I think they should overturn it, guys. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I bet on Jon Jones that night. So it stung when I lost by the disqualification on a guy that's never lost. I should basically have bet every Jon Jones fight and I'd have a brand new car. But that's one that cost me a ton of money.
What would happen? Would they pay you back? Would they go back?
No. From 2009, I wish. If they did, then I'm all in. No, but you know what, guys? I had a feeling that it wouldn't be much of a debate across this panel because I know these guys, all right? And then, we've been talking with Sam a little bit here. But I'll tell you what, even though we're on the same side, it was 57-43.
Whoa.
For Junkie Nation. Yeah, there's 43% of almost 780 votes that said, yes, there are grounds to overturn. Man, I don't know about all that, but those were the results. And, here's one. At MMA Greg1 on Twitter says, Matt is deaf and thought the fight should have been stopped. I don't think he realized what was happening or why Jon was pulled off him. Regardless of whether he was deaf or not, I also thought he was just basically kind of KO'd.
Yeah.
I mean, those elbows were pretty devastating. What was happening before was pretty devastating. But Matt can read lips. Matt's well aware of the situations because the referees go in there and tell them exactly what's going to happen. You need to show me something when you're in a position where I may call the fight. But anyway, I think just the fact that it went 57-43 kind of caught me off guard. Right?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So there you have it. There's today's Daily Debate brought to you by the MMA Junkie Radio team and UFC middleweight Smiling Sam Alvey.